Hello. In continuation with previous session, I discuss fundamental concepts and definitions. In that, I will discuss thermodynamic properties, definitions and units, intensive and extensive properties, thermodynamic state, state point, state diagram, path and process, quasi-static process, cyclic and non-cyclic process. Firstly, we take thermodynamic properties. The variables which determine the state or exact condition of a substance or system is called as its properties. The various properties of thermodynamic system are pressure, temperature, specific value, internal energy, enthalpy, entropy, etc. These properties, definitions and units we will take for our knowledge. That first, it is a pressure. Pressure may be defined as normal force per unit area. In SI system, the unit of pressure is Pascal. PA. That 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. 1 kilopascal is equal to 1000 Pascal. 1 megapascal is equal to 10 raised to 6 Pascal, that is 1000 kilopascal. And pressure usually we'll call 1 standard atmospheric pressure. The pressure whatever there in the atmosphere, that is called as the atmospheric pressure. Therefore 1 standard atmospheric pressure is equal to 1.01325 bar, that is equal to 101.325 kilopascal, that is equal to 101.325 Pascal, or that is equal to 760 mm of Hg. Then 1 mm of Hg is equal to 0.1333 kilopascal or 13.6 mm of H2O. 1 bar pressure is equal to 10 raised to 5 Pascal, that is equal to 100 kilopascal, that is equal to 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. The next property is that specific volume. The specific volume of a substance is its volume per unit mass, or it is called as a volume occupied by unit mass of a substance. Its unit is meter cube per kg. It is inverse of density, that is mass per unit volume. The is the density, therefore volume per mass is a specific volume. The next property is temperature. It is a thermodynamic property which measure of degree of hotness or coldness, which measures how much hot it is, how much cold. That it will measure in terms of degrees. That is the level of heat intensity of a body. Any body, for that how much heat intensity it is contained, that it measures. That means if it is a higher temperature, the higher will be the heat intensity of that body. If it is a lower temperature, then it will be lower heat intensity is there in that body. Its SI unit is degree Celsius or degree Kelvin. Okay, next property is that internal energy. It is the energy possessed by a body or a system due to its molecular arrangement and motion of the molecules, and its unit is kilojoule. By the movement of the molecules or its arrangement, the what energy content in the system is there, that is the internal energy. Enthalpy is nothing but total heat and heat content. It is called as a total heat or a heat content in that one. Enthalpy or total heat, we can say that internal energy plus product of absolute pressure and volume. That H, it is a notation of the enthalpy. Use the internal energy, P is pressure, V is specific volume. Okay, that is expressed in terms of the kilojoule per kg. Then next property is the entropy. Entropy is defined as small increase of entropy ds of a substance is defined as the ratio of small addition of heat dq to the absolute temperature T. If any heat is addition, small addition of the heat is there, to that temperature ratio if you take, that is the entropy of a substance at which heat is supplied. Or it also sometimes defined as it is a disorderness of the system. Entropy is the disorderness of the system. Then these properties of system, what are there? The few properties we have discussed. Okay, out of that, the properties of the thermodynamic system are classified as intensive and extensive properties. Intensive properties are the properties which are independent of mass are called intensive properties. Also, it is a property of the system whose value for the entire system is not equal to the sum of their values for individual parts of the system. That is the intensive properties. Example for this one: temperature, pressure, heat, work, etc. Extensive properties, these are dependent on the mass. The properties dependent on the mass. Are called extensive properties. Also, the properties of the system whose value for the entire system is equal to the sum of their values for individual parts of the system are called extensive properties. Here, these properties for the separate parts of the system can be added to have the total property, like that volume, enthalpy, specific properties, etc. Next, concern to the system, thermodynamic system. We will discuss some points. Those are: first one is a thermodynamic state. The condition of a system or a substance identified or described by means of its macroscopic property, that is measurable properties, is called state. Okay, any condition of a system, if you represent by their property, some of the properties like the pressure, volume, temperature, etc., then that is called as a macroscopic properties. That is called as a state. Then the state point. The representation of thermodynamic state on a state diagram is called state point. If you represent this thermodynamic state on a state diagram, on any of the one diagram which is represented by any of the properties of the system, then that is called as a thermodynamic state point. The next state diagram, the change of state is represented on a diagram is called state diagram. If you change of state, whatever is there, if you represent on a diagram, which diagram is whatever by the two independent properties, that is called as a state diagram. Then path. The path is that succession of states passed through during a change of state is called as the path. Okay, here the change of state, whatever is taking place, okay, during that time, whatever the succession, okay, through which the change of state is taking place, that is called as a state path. Process. A process is a transition in which a system changes from initial state to final state, or a process is described by the thermodynamic path taken by the system as it undergoes a change of state. Whenever the change of state, if it is undergoes, that we'll call as a process. Here we can see that is state 1 here, which is described by the sum of the properties, that is mass 2 kg, temperature 20 degree, volume 1.5 meter cube. It is a one state. And second state, that is a change to a state that mass remains same, temperature remains same, volume increased to 2.5 meter cube. Okay, this is change of state. This is two states. The change of state, during that whatever the change is taking place, that is the path, and the change of state whatever taken place, that we'll call as a process. Next, thermodynamic process again will define here. When one or more thermodynamic properties of a system changes, we say that there is a change of state of the system. This change of state of system is referred to as a thermodynamic process. Okay, here with example, the whatever this process we are taking here, that is, this is a one which is described by the sum of the measurable properties of the system. Okay, that is the state 1, that is the initial state, which is represented by the volume V1, and the pressure will be there, the P1. Okay, by these two properties it is represented. It is a one state, initial state, and the representation of this one, it is a state point, and that is this state is changes from state 1 to the state 2, which is again represented by the sum of the thermodynamic properties like volume and the pressure. That is a final state. And here this change of state is taken place through this path, and that is called as a process path. And this, whatever this change of state taken place, this is the process. This is the process. And here this whatever the representation is there, that is given by this piston and cylinder arrangement also. This is initially the volume is higher, the pressure is lower, and as the piston moves, the compression taken place, therefore the volume reduces and its pressure increases. Next is a quasi-static process. Quasi-static process is one in which the deviation from equilibrium is infinitesimally small. Then in this one, all the states through which the system passes during a process can be considered as succession of equilibrium states. The quasi-equilibrium process takes place very slowly. If one property remains constant during a process, the prefix iso is used to describe such a process. Example, the quasi-static process, what are there? The isothermal process, it is a constant temperature process. Isobaric, constant pressure process. Isochoric, constant volume process. Here, in order to explain the constant quasi-static process, we have used here. If whatever this gas enclosed in the cylinder, which is over that one, the piston is there, or that if it is only one mass is fixed, suddenly that mass is removed, the state will be changes from state 1 to state 2, like this, state 1 to state 2. The volume is increased, pressure is reduced. And here the intermediate, whatever the points are there, we are not going to represent it. If this weight on this one, it is divided into number of small weights, then one by one, if remove that one, then the piston is move slowly, infinitely slowly, that one. Okay, then intermediate, whatever these points are there, while the changing the state, okay, the state 1 and state 2 are at equilibrium states. Then the intermediate states, after removing each weight, these points are represented. These are also in equilibrium, and that is called as the process what is taking place. All intermediate points also in thermodynamic equilibrium. That process is called as a quasi-static process. Quasi means very small change whatever is there, that is also in thermodynamic equilibrium. That is the quasi-static process. Then next comes, that is thermodynamic cycle. When a number of processes in sequence bring the system back to its initial state, then the system is said to have undergone a thermodynamic cycle. And in this, here in figure 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 is a cycle consisting of 4 processes. Here the TS diagram on that one. Okay, here 1 to 2 is one process, 2 to 3 is another, 3 to 4 is third process, and 4 to 1 again the fourth process. Here the 4 processes are taken place to come back from initial state to the final state. Both are identical. Then this, whatever this process taken place, this is called as a thermodynamic cycle. This is the completion of the processes. This is called as a thermodynamic cycle. In that, during this one, we can say the cyclic and non-cyclic processes we can define. That is, during the process, if initial and final states are identical, then the process is said to be a cyclic process. Here, initial and final states are identical. This is a cyclic process. And non-cyclic process, here during the process, if initial and final states are not identical, then process is said to be non-cyclic process. Okay, then again these processes, what are there? Those are again classified as a reversible and non-irreversible processes. Okay, a process is called a reversible process if it can be completely reversed and the system and the surroundings come back to its original states. The system and surrounding both come back to its original state, okay, from which it is started. Okay, that is called as a reversible process. If not comes to original states, then called irreversible process. Okay, those are not coming back to original states. Those are called as a irreversible process. Okay, the reversible process and irreversible process are there which are taking place during the thermodynamic process. Okay, with this I complete here. Thank you. I'll continue the next session. Okay, you can follow the next session for the continuation.